Thank you so much, Naledi. You know, we are here in Kempton Park at a school called Yachland Hoër School. And as we made our way into the school, we actually started seeing a line of parents forming outside the main gates of the school. Obviously, these are parents that are trying to confirm the admission of their children for the school year, for this school year. But to talk more about the numbers, about what is expected to happen for the admissions for grade 1 and grade 8, I have with me the spokesperson of Gauteng Education, Mr. Steve Mabona. Steve, thank you so much. Today is very important in giving clarity around the issue of the admissions for grade 1 and grade 8. Just give me an idea of what's expected to happen today.
Yes, thanks very much, Tombi. Well, the MEC will be guiding us in terms of the latest, looking at the numbers. You will recall that last week we gave about 2,000 unplaced. The number had reduced drastically, but you will talk to the remainder and what is it that we're going to be doing as a department in detail. But the parents that you've seen queuing, there might be parents that are seeking space for inner grades. Inner grades is anything not grade 1 or 8. So we will normally say the parents that are advocating that we must do away with the online admissions, they will realize when they are frustrated and they go to a school will say we are full, and they will then have to go to the district offices. So if we do away with the system, it means if you go to a school and seek space and they say they are full, it means all of you will then have to go to queue at our district office, and that will be chaotic because numbers are high. I mean, if a school can, take 1,200 applications and parents can be in a position to apply to more than one school, it makes life easy for parents and it lessens the frustrations, though we will not be in a position to satisfy everyone because if we give parents alternative spaces, some they don't want, they appeal. But we just want to appeal to parents to say we try by all means to accommodate them, but if we cannot accommodate them in a school that they want, then it becomes difficult for us.
Steve, this is an annual problem. At this point, is the department not taking stock of the issues and the complaints that have come out and saying to themselves, this is a problem, this is a disaster, how do we mitigate against it? What plans do we put in place to ensure that from November the previous year, the system starts getting in place? Why is the department not looking at proper planning with regards to this?
No, there's no chaos, there's no disaster. There's a lot of proper planning. Actually, the online admissions is assisting us to plan properly. I mean, we're going to be talking about school readiness as well. The system dictated on where we are pressured. We decided to come here in this district because looking at the system, we are aware that we are pressured here. Here in Ekurhuleni, Tshwane West, and Johannesburg West. Those are the areas where we are pressured. It's because of the system. We have an aerial overview of what is happening in the province. So there's no chaos. That's why we are saying the system works very well. The issue that we have is capacity. And we have admitted we don't have enough schools in the areas where there's much development. Development is moving ahead, is leaving us behind. And that's why we find ourselves here. But we are working very closely with all our schools to make sure that we mitigate and give them money to build more classrooms and even mobiles temporarily while we are accommodating. But parents will say, yes, admit my child only. And the other one will come and say, and then we'll end up with overcrowding. In March, the opposition party will be saying school X is overcrowded. What are we doing about it? Forgetting that we had to accommodate parents in the high pressure area. So we are working very closely with the parents on this one.
Steve, we have seen a situation in Pretoria where parents are fighting amongst each other outside the schools just to get placements. Is this a scene that we're going to be seeing?
Look, we are highly pressured in that area, yes indeed. But you see, the school that we are at, Yachland, 4 years ago we introduced the English class, working very closely with the school. Because people are amenable to change, but we need to interact with them and show them evidence to say in this area, these are people that are interested in doing English in your school. So we will then take them and they are amenable to change. Last year was the last cohort of doing Afrikaans only in the school. From this year, this school is a dual medium, is English and Afrikaans, because of the inroads and us working closely with the school. So in Tshwane West, in the very same area, the Acacia area, We can't be fighting people and say we want them to take our children. You need to interact and also taking cognizance where we come from as a country. Then that will assist us to be amenable to change and persuade.
Are you talking about the racism in the country?
No, well, I can't talk racism. I'm talking about where we come from oppression, from discrimination, across the board. So we need to, persuade and make sure that people understand that change is here and it must happen because we are diversified. We are together. We live together, and that's why that must happen. You can't have exclusive schools. We say public ordinary school is a public ordinary school. It can't be an exclusive school.
Steve, before I let you go, it seems as though there is confusion or lack of clarity with parents not quite understanding how the process is supposed to unfold and how this process is supposed to be easier for parents and for the departments and for the schools. Just explain, what should parents have done?
No, parents are not confused. Parents know what to do. Looking at the numbers of those that applied and looking at those that applied now during late registration. Remember, we opened the 20th of December for late registration. We are sitting with over 8,000 that have been placed already in the late application process. But normally, we would be sitting probably 40,000 odd that they come here and say we need the late registration. So we opened very late in December, while others were having fun. We had to monitor the system and make sure that we know what is happening in the system. And parents were there, were given space without any hassle. So there's nothing wrong with the parents' understanding.
What is the problem?
The problem is capacity. We cannot accommodate everyone everywhere they anticipate to be or schools that they want, because parents will say, I want this school or nothing.
Thank you so much, Steve. We're going to leave it there. It's an important day for you. It's an important day for Gauteng education. As Steve Mabona says, the problem is capacity, not understanding. I'm not really sure, Naledi, whether or not that message has filtered down yet to the parents that are waiting outside the schools and are feeling that the system is not working for them. But we will see and monitor as the day progresses. We'll speak to some of the parents themselves and get more insight from them about whether or not it was poor planning on the part of parents or simply a lack of effective communication between the department, the schools, and the parents. Naledi.